I hope that nobody would show up, but since you're all here, I want to welcome you all and say good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming here today to celebrate the conclusion of our time in the Sonoma State School of Education. The past couple of years have been a lot of hard work and dedication for everyone involved. And here's a little background on my story in special ed. I always say that I kind of fell into special education. I've known since I was small that I would work in schools, partly because I just couldn't imagine not having summer and Christmas breaks. I worked quite a few years in early childhood education, and I was intrigued by the kids who did not respond in a typical way, whether that was cognitively or physically or behaviorally, and it was especially behaviorally that interested me. Asperger's syndrome was just starting to make it into the news, and the numbers of children being diagnosed with autism were on the rise. When the school that I was working at downsized, I found myself looking for a new job, and I thought that that would be an opportunity to try something different. So I was hired as a one-to-one behavior assistant by a behavioral consultation agency here in Sonoma County, and I was nervous about it, but I was excited at the same time. And in that job, I found that I loved it. I found that that was my calling, and that was the niche that I was meant to fill. I was on fire to help those kids and families who were having such a struggle in the classroom. I found that there were simple strategies, simple but not easy, that could make a big impact on the potential success of these students. I was thrilled by the achievements of the student that I was working with, both big and small. And adding to my excitement was an explosion of research and techniques being developed so that I could be even better at what I was doing, and thus help him be better at what he was doing. And the time that I spent as an assistant was invaluable. And many of us came to special ed as assistants in the classroom, either from mainstream classrooms or special day classes. I found that as a classroom assistant, there was only so much I could do. And after a few years, that was a big part of my inspiration for pursuing a teaching credential. A resource teacher at my placement had previously encouraged me to consider the credential program, but it always seemed too hard, too much money, too much time. But at this point, I thought, how hard can it be? I've seen how classrooms are run, and I could do that, no problem. And I'm sure some of you out there thought the same thing, and found out pretty quickly that going from being a classroom assistant to being in charge of the classroom is a lot harder than it seems. It's been a huge jump. And so I would like to give some appreciation to the people who have helped us along the way. To the department and to our professors, thank you for guiding us through this program, for sharing your expertise and growing ours, and for challenging us to work harder than we've ever worked before. Your effort on our behalf has helped to transform us into thoughtful, progressive educators. I've been inspired by each one of my professors. Listening to their personal stories of how they've gotten to where they are today as experts in education has motivated me to think outside the parameters of the classroom and to keep climbing up, to set standards for myself higher than I thought I could reach. The potential for wonderful experiences in education is unlimited. And for all of you out in the audience who have helped to support a student in some way, your effort is also very much appreciated. We know that we are not the only ones who have made sacrifices. We all have families, friends, and colleagues behind us who have stepped up to help along the way, whether that was with childcare or expenses, moral support, or just clicking like on yet another Facebook status that says, "I've finished another lesson plan, only 3 more to go." And if you responded with some kind words of encouragement, that was even better. All of us today have had moments of flagging courage. This is a tough program, and it can be a tough career choice. We needed your help and encouragement along the way. Your patience with our moments of discouragement. How am I going to get this all done? or our unavailability, sorry, I can't come, I have more homework to do, has been very much appreciated. Now that we have a little more free time on our hands, hopefully we can show you how much your support has meant to us. And to my colleagues, look at us. Each one of us has worked our tail off, and I hope deep down you are all aware of what a huge accomplishment this is. Remember back to the application process, all the work we had to do just to be admitted and the horrible tests that we had to take? There were a lot of people who didn't even make it that far. This is an intimidating process, and that was just the beginning, just a small test of our mettle. But step by step, we completed reflections, lesson plans, poster projects, group projects, and papers. We accrued hours and hours of observation time in classrooms, and finally, we got to take over a classroom to put theory into practice. We have developed some serious self-discipline, and we have created a body of work that was overwhelming at times to complete, but when viewed in retrospect, is definitely something each of us should be proud of. So congratulations to us all. And a little bit more. So the skills that we have sharpened during our time here at Sonoma State will serve us well as we go forward. I'm not just talking about knowing how to write an individualized education plan or developing a behavior support plan or how to infuse universal design into learning. Those things are obviously valuable. I'm talking about the character traits that we have been developing as a repercussion of balancing classes, work, families, and life in general. And the first one is perseverance. Perseverance has kept us going when things get tough, and they can get tough. We have all had a taste of what it is like to be completely overwhelmed. And some students sitting here tonight have made it through tremendous challenges and even tragedies. But they kept going one foot in front of the other. You deserve a special commendation tonight. That kind of grit is necessary in our field because children never stop needing us. Second one is self-care. Self-care is crucial for teachers. Teaching is a demanding career, but self-sacrifice will not serve you. Over the past couple of years, we have found out what life is like when there are constant demands on your time, homework, and this can follow us into our jobs because there's always something else to do in the classroom. So I suggest you eat when you're hungry, take deep breaths often, and please don't go all day without taking a bathroom break. Make sure that you spend some of your hard-earned time and vacation, hard-earned money and vacation on self-care, resting, and rejuvenating. Devote time to your own peace of mind because you can't give what you don't have. And lastly, be an advocate. Advocate for yourself, for your students, and for your colleagues. Good advocates have a strong ethic, a developed personal philosophy, and are knowledgeable about current trends in the field. As we grow as educators, we will find the causes and beliefs that inspire us to use our voices. Good advocates lead by example, and they must also be excellent listeners. Advocacy is necessary in education in general, but it is crucial for special education as we continue to work toward rights and more opportunities for people with disabilities. This is an exciting time in education, one of big changes and new opportunities. We are coming into the field at a significant moment, riding the crest of new state standards, a decreasing emphasis on standardized testing, and new technologies that are changing the face of education. The ripple of innovative practices begins in the research journal, moves out to education websites, and the internet carries it to teachers in the field. And here's an interesting statistic that I found out about teaching. It is after 3 to 5 years in the classroom that teachers really begin to hit their stride and feel confident. That might seem like a long way off, but it is definitely something to look forward to. We will probably be much more proficient than we can even imagine right now. I don't know what I will be capable of by then, but I know this much. We have worked so hard and come so far already, And we were chosen for this program because a panel of experts in education saw some kind of potential in each one of us. So keep these questions always in the back of your minds. To what use can you put your talents and skills? Where will your unlimited potential and opportunities lead you? And what other talented educational professionals will cross your path and invite transformative collaboration? Some of us came to this program already as teachers, and you have a real dedication to your profession. Many of us came as teaching assistants, and a few came just with the dream of being a teacher. However we got here, we should all feel a sense of completion today. As a person who has worked in schools for many years but never felt like a real teacher, today I get to say I am a real teacher. We're all real teachers. This is a big day for me and my family, and I'm grateful right now for the opportunity to thank them from this stage. I'm here because you have helped me and encouraged me to keep going. And to all the families who have supported their students, this is a big day for all of us. Looking into the future, I am sure that some of us will go on to be administrators, program directors, behavioral specialists, or even professors. Maybe some of us will even create a school or agency that realizes a personal vision of individualized education. This moment and the position that we are in now is a springboard. The School of Education has provided us with that springboard. Now we have to jump as high and as far as we can. Class of 2013, I am proud to call you my colleagues. The students have become the teachers. Congratulations to all of us, and thank you.